Hello Twinflames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check-in. Let's get started right away. I'm so glad to be back with you guys. I took a day off for myself. I was figuring out certain things on my own journey, but now I'm back, and that means that I'll definitely be doing readings both on Saturday and Sunday, and we have some exciting events coming up, so yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it. I'll probably do a relationship spread on Saturday, and then Sunday is going to be about Arcturus gateway, and I'm going to explain what it is and why it's important. Okay, let's get started. It's going to be a classic read today. So I have my oracle deck to begin with, then we'll dive into tarot and to see what's going on with divine feminine, divine masculine collective, and the dynamic between the twins. And at the end, I'm going to pull some cards from my Hermit Tarot deck with messages between the twins. I don't know why I put the candles in a way that you cannot see them. I like them in the background, so I'm just gonna move them. And as always, hope that I'm not gonna set my hair on fire or have cards flying in. It happens sometimes, you know. Okay, so we'll get a card for divine feminine first of all. Wanted, universe creators. Yes, divine feminines. Universe creators like you are wanted right now. This is a little wink for you to either start or expand what you do in mission. Maybe you're doubting whether it's the right time to do that something new that you wanted to do, or grow your mission, or whatever it is, right? This is a confirmation that it is a great time for it. And we've been talking so much about the transformational energies we have in October with the eclipse season, with moving into Scorpio season, which is about transformation. There's just so much going on that the portals 10, 10, 11, 11, very deep spiritual portals, that it's kind of like it's a very fertile ground for expanding ourselves. Or if you wish, sometimes I see myself and my own story as the physical implementation of the inner work or the spiritual work, you know, personal growth that I've been going through internally, right? Because that's the natural way of how things happen, right? The energy changes, and then there's a certain delay before it manifests into the physical. But there's supposed to be a positive change in the physical realm as well, right? And I'm getting very strongly here that this is what this is about. You've done a lot of work, and now it's time to apply that knowledge or to share that knowledge, take it how it resonates for your story and where you are right now on your journey with other people. You and your unique gifts are very much needed. There you go. Let's see what we have for the masculine. This week the energies have been pretty intense, but I think it's changing for the better. Like it's a positive intensity, you know, when it's transforming into something new. It's like a birthing process, you know, like when a woman is given birth to a child, it is painful, right? But then you have a miracle of a new baby, new life coming into this world. It's kind of like that. That's what I'm sensing, really. Come on, divine masculines. There you go. I'm galactic starseed blooming. For masculines, it's kind of a reminder of how amazing they are. Divine masculines, if you're watching, take a closer look at your strong sides, at your wonderful qualities. Do an inventory of your strengths, the skills that you have, why your friends, your loved ones, your friends and family, why they appreciate you, why they want to be part of your life, etc., etc. Even if they are more 3D and karmic people, it still doesn't deny that you have all those great qualities of why they're there in the first place. In fact, that's usually how the story goes, right? And unfortunately, that's also how the toxic connections go. The person who is toxic or has a personality disorder usually doesn't connect with people that are empty and have nothing to give. It's the opposite way, because they are the one taking from others, right? So by definition, they are leaning towards people who have something to give to them. And the easier they are giving things away, and things, energy, whatever, it could be all kinds of resources, the better. Yeah, that's our person, let's go. But it doesn't deny that this person is, I don't know, smart, kind, creative, innovative, whatever, right? Great friend, great communicator, you name it. Okay, let's see what we have for the energy of Divine Feminine at this time. Divine Feminine Collective. What do we need to know about the energy at this time? By the way, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. Appreciate all of you guys. Have posted a couple of videos, new videos on Mindful Bamboo channel. I mentioned them the other day, but I'm just gonna say it again. Well, no, actually the video I posted is my samba routine, so you can check it out if you're wondering what kind of dance is it that I'm doing. And on the blog, I posted an article about inner child work. It's like a beginner's article. It's more about explaining why it's important, how it works, how it's connected to what we do, how we are in our adult life. A little bit of explanation what it means, because people use it all over the place these days and not always really connecting to the audience in terms of what it means or why they're talking about it. So yeah, if that's something you're interested in, go ahead, take a look. And between now and end of the year, I'll be posting a few more articles and probably a few videos around inner work and healing work. I'm also taking a course on communication with ancestors and their energy, so definitely have some findings to share. I'm actually already excited. I'm thinking about doing a reading around, messages from ancestors and kind of this communication space. I want to create that, and I'm still figuring out how I want to do it and what the spread is going to be like. But that's something coming up, and I definitely want to do it in October while we are in this wonderful transformational energy vibe. So we have the Tower for Divine Feminines. For Divine Masculines, we have the Devil and King of Cups. Yes, I've actually, it's ironic because I was talking about other people taking advantage of you, and that Divine Masculines need to remind themselves how wonderful they are. And immediately we have a Devil with the King of Cups. King of Cups is symbolizing kindness, compassion, this kind of soft nature person. And when it's with the Devil, it's this part where the unhealthy pattern of it is when we let other people take advantage of us, and also when we people please. When we're so kind to everybody else that we actually put ourselves as, someone secondary, or at the very best. Or, maybe even as the fifth or the 10th place somewhere. Okay, yeah, anyway, we'll pull some clarifiers. Let's see what we have for the connection energy. Ooh, the Death card. Yes, baby. That's what I'm talking about. So we're already in the kind of shadow mode of the... it's in the reverse. It's interesting. Yeah, so this is coming. This is something that's not there yet, but this is like an announcement, and we'll see how it's important, how it's relevant in the reading, but it's relevant for us to keep it in mind that this transformation is coming. And I guess thank you. The important part is that it doesn't usually happen in a second. It still requires certain preparation, even if we don't necessarily know how those pieces connect to the transformation because it's divinely guided. But we're still supposed to do the work and to follow those steps in order for this to be truly transformative and beneficial for us. Okay, bottom of the deck here, Justice. Yes, and right now we're in the Libra season. So still doing some emotional balancing. Okay, let's see. Let's put some clarifiers. We have a lot of major arcanas today. I think that's the energy that I'm feeling, that there is something going on in the, in the macrocosmic forces with the planets, with the collective. It's like, and not like with a collective that's just noise, from like a lot of people doing a lot of things. Yeah, I'm definitely sensing that there is something from upstairs, some energy, some vibes, some guidelines that we are getting as downloads as a collective, all of us really, whoever is awake, of course. But I mean, not just select few, not just twin flames, but people in general who are awake, who have the ear to hear that. Figuratively speaking, of course. Please clarify the Tower for Divine Feminines. Three of Wands and Knight of Cups. Please clarify King of Cups and the Devil for the masculines. The Hermit. Please clarify the Death card for the connection. Okay, bottom of the deck, Six of Swords. Yeah, which is also actually about balancing and getting yourself to safety from chaotic place. Okay, so first things first. Divine Feminines, you have the Tower with Three of Wands and Knight of Cups. So basically this is the surprising but important download, the revelation that you're getting. I'm very much sensing that this is more of an internal tower. It's not necessarily something that will happen around you or with people, although for a few of you, thank you, I'm being corrected that for a few of you it will change one of the relationships. Can be with a romantic partner, can be with a friend, even with a colleague, actually, a friendly colleague, let's put it that way. So take it how it resonates for you, but for the most of you, it's going to be an internal process of you changing your attitude towards certain relationships and certain modalities of relationship. For example, what is a true friendship between, I don't know, two women, for example, right? And then looking at it from different stereotypes, how your friend sees it, how you see it, and maybe also taking like a perspective from an independent third party, or at least studying it, reading about it, right? Like looking at it from a different perspective, and then comparing all of these visions to really understand where the value is in this case. Like, what is the truth, right? Getting down to the truth, yes, and setting intention for healthy and loving relationship, not for something that is socially approvable and permissible rather, and socially celebrated, but more about what feels good and what does that mean. So this is about stepping into that vibe of like, what does that look like? What does it feel like? For the masculines, we have already started explaining, we have the Hierophant as a clarifier. So this energy that the masculines are in, they're actually being open to the new channeling, really, with their higher power. In this deck, Hierophant is more of a, a yogi or monk that's connecting to the divine realm. So it's kind of like the situation where somebody taking advantage of divine masculine is getting to a point, let's call them karmic situations, right? Certain karmic situations are taking advantage of them and their kindness. It's getting to a point where they are getting downloads that this is not right. And again, it will be a bit of a shocker. It will take a bit of a time. I'm not saying time like years, but days, weeks, something along those lines. While divine masculine will actually understand what it means, why they're being given this information, right? And kind of absorbing it, processing it, because our brain likes those older programs, especially if we've lived with those for many, many years. It's not so easy to just accept the new norm, or the new information, just additional information of why people interact in that way, why we feel it's important to make other people happy and we don't necessarily make ourselves happy, right? Especially if divine masculines are not awake, they're gonna be getting that information like, this is not good, this is not a good relationship, these people are taking you for granted, and actually you're creating, that's another side of it, right? That's why it's considered a toxic pattern, because you're creating negative karma for yourself by neglecting your own wants and needs, right? So there is this recognition that this actually isn't that good. You're trying to be good by all, but it's the opposite, really, energetically speaking. But there will be a bit of a delay until divine masculines will feel more, well, first of all, they need to believe it, right? Like actually accept it as something valid, not as something that was like a whim or momentary weakness, right? They'll need to accept it. And then there will be still a little bit of time while they process it and acknowledge it, right? So if this is wrong, then what's the right way? And speaking myself as a person who used to do a lot of people pleasing, I must say that yes, it takes a minute to understand how then to transfer to still have healthy relationship, healthy exchange, equal give and take, right? But not neglect yourself. And where is the difference between the healthy balance and an ego stepping in? That's what we see here, right? The ego with the devil card. Okay, for the connection, we have Death in reverse and Eight of Cups in reverse. So there is a delay because there are still certain things that the twins are holding on to. The older ways of doing them, the people from the past that they don't really vibe with anymore, but it's hard to say goodbye for one or another reason. Could be jobs, of course, people, places, activities. You take it how it resonates for you. But what the cards really want to express here is that there is a big change on the horizon, and it's kind of inevitable. Death is inevitable, just as a general concept, right? So you may be delaying it, you may feel like it's putting you in a safer space, or you're buying time for something, but it only means that it's going to be more of a harsh reality breakpoint where you won't be able to kind of stay in the same spot anymore. You'll have to move, you'll have to step away. So it's a lot, but I always say, like, that's the difference, right? Like, if you know about it early, if you understand that early on, you can do this, take the steps on your terms, more or less, right? Like, it can be less traumatic for you on how these things are gonna end, right? In this particular case, it's something that should end, that you should leave behind, something or someone, right? And that's really what's, yeah, I'm getting that it's not something necessarily between the twins, although for some it could be some behavioral patterns that they need to let go of, like trying to impress your twin. For some, I'm getting, right? Maybe that's the pattern that you need to drop. For others, it's something very much individual that's not connected necessarily to the twin, but it's something that is preventing the twin connection from moving forward. And for those people who are actually trying to impress their twin and they're not succeeding very well, then remember that this is that mirror, that specific mirror that shows you what you're supposed to work on. And I know how devastating it could be when you're telling yourself that you're trying so hard, you're being so great, and they are not acting grateful. They do not appreciate, they do not notice it one way or another, right? Think about it. It's counterintuitive for our conscious brain, but actually that's the part where you're not supposed to try so hard, right? Release, let it go, release your desire and your kind of, it's like a pushy energy where you're pushing for things to happen a certain way. You're trying to control them too much. And that's causing the opposite effect of what you want to achieve. Just on its own, just if it were something healthy. And if you're trying to impress someone and to find external validation that you're loved, that you're great, that's like the bigger taboo. So that's gonna make things even worse. In those cases, even if you don't have all the answers in the moment, and it's okay that you don't, at least release that energy. Like if you are trying and you're like trying again and you are trying from a different angle, stop trying. Stop doing whatever it is you are doing. Take a break, relax, connect yourself, get balanced, connect to your higher power, to your intuition, and listen for what the guidance is, what you should be doing, what is the right thing to focus on. If that doesn't come up, keep focusing on yourself, taking care of yourself, getting yourself into that balanced space, into a healthy space, where you appreciate your own company, where you truly want to take care of yourself and to make each day of your life happy. Whatever you are trying to do to impress the twin, do it for yourself. I mean, obviously you may be wanting different things, but you know what I mean. Like whatever effort you are putting in externally, focus it within you. And the more fulfilled you are, the healthier your relationships will be with other people and any karmic situations, actually. Okay, last but not least, messages between the twins. And we'll start as usual with messages from Divine Masculine to the Feminists. What would they like to tell Divine Feminists at this time? What's going on their mind and heart? What can we know? We have yes, that was the first card that came out very quickly. Then we have reach out. Oh, there are a lot of them here. Wow. I'm too afraid to talk, so they're asking you to reach out. Divine Feminine, if something went down between you two. One cup. This is Ace of Cups energy. I want to get you drunk, and I hope you'll wait for me. So there is some reason why it could be, for some I'm getting that it's because Divine Masculines are overwhelmed right now with a lot that's going on around them, a lot that's changing in terms of that emotional balance, and just a lot of emotions playing out different scenarios in their space. So they're not feeling super confident right now in their own energy. It's kind of like that recalibration process when they're like, okay, I better avoid making contact with important people just in case I mess it up. There's a bit of fear there, there is some love there as well. But yeah, you can see that they're basically saying that if they don't talk to you, if you don't have communication or it's different from what you usually have, just know that it has nothing to do with you in terms of they don't want to talk to you. It's more like that they are preoccupied with this new emotions and energies. And by all means, if you feel like you have something to say, to contribute, you feel guided to reach out, do that. This is your confirmation. And yeah, Divine Masculine is basically, with this card, they're saying our connection is eternal, so we have all the time in the world that we need. And I truly believe that you know that, and you won't be worried that we're losing time or whatever, right? Like usually, oh yes, we've been together for, I don't know, a year now. Let's get married quickly. We're losing time. From Divine Feminines to Divine Masculines now. That's too many. Come on. Okay, we'll stop here. So we have, love is the answer. I'm sorry. I'm absolutely in love with you, and I think we should see other people. Divine Feminine is saying to Divine Masculine, I'm sorry that sometimes I'm doubting you and your love for me, but deep down I understand, I truly believe, I truly know that love is the answer, and that I'm in love with you, you're in love with me. I know that it just takes time, again, for me, for my conscious mind, to get used to that idea that there is this wonderful, perfect complement to me in this world. that loves me unconditionally, and that someone that I love unconditionally as well, just as they are, and you love me just as I am. So it's scary sometimes, and I may do or say the wrong thing, but I just want you to know that I'm absolutely in love with you. Okay, I hope this has been good for you guys. I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon.